the binary number blush? Because of 2's complement. Hi there, Adam here. One of the hottest devices on the market today is the Galaxy S3. One of the biggest carriers is Verizon. So needless to say, a lot of people were kind of disappointed when Verizon announced their device with locked bootloaders. Now, several XDA members asked me if I would help out with the bootloader situation on the Verizon Galaxy S3, but I don't have Verizon. So after about the 10th person asking me or so, I finally said, alright, well, you know, if you guys can get me a device, I'll do what I can. So they started a thread for donations, and within 2 hours the bounty had been fully met. However, the problem was that only people with pre-orders on the device could actually get the device because it was so new and so popular, everyone wanted it, they weren't available in stores anywhere. So I asked Jordan Keys from XDA TV if I could purchase his pre-ordered, new, untouched, completely unopened device that he had just received that day. And he said yes. So today we're going to do an XDA unboxing of the Galaxy S3. Thanks, Jordan. Let's get started.
Oh, no problem, Adam, and thanks so much for letting me watch and participate.
Alright, let's just get rid of that. Here we have the Verizon Galaxy S3. Here is the phone. Product safety and warranty information. Important customer information. Start here guide. Something in Spanish. Can't really read that. And consumer information about radio frequency. And we have a micro USB cable, earbuds, 5-volt 1-amp charging adapter, and 2100 milliamp hour battery. You move so fast. And let's turn it on. Alright, now bypass the activation. We'll hit the lower left hand corner, lower right, lower left, lower right, and then press volume up. And here we have the new TouchWiz interface. This is Android 4.0.4. Now we'll turn it right back off. And now we'll remove 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 screws. And now we'll use a case opener tool to remove the back panel. Now we can disconnect the antenna, SIM card, display, speakers, and power connectors. We'll remove one screw from this location. And let's remove the SIM card tray. And here's a nice close-up of the board for y'all. As expected, Samsung uses conformal coating over mostly all of their components. If you'll note, there are areas here that are copper which mesh up with these areas on the device itself, and that serves as a built-in shield, an EM shield, so there's no reason to actually have anything soldered to the board. They're actually using the device itself as an electromagnetic shield. I think that's a pretty innovative technique there. As well as little tiny crumple zones. I don't know if that's showing up on camera, but you can see these little holes on the board that serve to add flex to it. So after I examined the hardware and became familiar with it, I started an R&D thread where I pretty much just threw out as much knowledge as I possibly could about the bootloaders of the device, and several community members listed above have contributed great amounts of information. And I mean, really, this is the kind of stuff that you will not find anywhere else. Now, while I was working with this device, I ended up with several different problems, including bricking it, completely hard bricking it. Big thanks to Josh over at Mobile Tech Videos for squaring me away with the firmware that I needed. So what I've got here is a little tiny 12-pin connector connected up to a circuit board, connected up to a piece of perf board, which I've broken out the connections, connected up to the riff board, connected to a ribbon cable, connected to the RIF box, and what that does is it allows me to snap this thing on in place, and then I can communicate and upload bootloaders via RIF box. Now I also became familiar with how to use Odin in Windows in a virtual machine to flash kernel over to a device. Now for those of you who aren't familiar with this, a virtual machine is the same thing as a real machine, but it just runs inside of a window on your operating system. So I'm going to get Odin set up, and then we'll flash this Verizon Galaxy S3 back to stock. Alright, so now I've got this device hooked up to the computer, and what I'm going to do is bring it into the virtual machine. So now what I've done here is I've selected two different Odin packages. They're in tar.md5 format, and we'll just go ahead and start the transfer. One of the biggest problems for kernel developers is switching between Linux and Windows, and Benjamin Doble is actually working pretty hard on a solution for that. Heimdall, he's going to be updating it for the Galaxy S3 very soon, so you kernel developers can look forward to that. And let's go ahead and speed this process up a little bit. Alright, now if some of you have problems getting the device to boot back up properly after doing the Odin flash on it, what you're going to want to do is hold the volume up key, the home button, and power after you pull the battery, turn the device completely off, and then do a data wipe on the device. But now that's enough about how to use the factory tools with this device. So what we're going to do now is we're going to use casual, and the way we do that is first you have to go to developer options, enable USB debugging, and then we can launch casual. Alright, so as you can see, the Super User app is working properly. Alright, so the next thing we'll want to do is install a Cwm Recovery, and we'll hit do it. And we'll hit continue. And if all went properly, we should be booting into ClockWorkMod Recovery now. And there we go. Alright, so now that we have the device in ClockWorkMod Recovery, what we'll do is we'll transfer over a ROM file, and I'm going to do AOKP. So I'll go CD, downloads, and then we'll do adb push /AOKP D2 VZW milestone 6 / external SD /. And this will push it right over to the phone, so we'll give it a minute and let it go and do its thing. Alright, now on the device we can do choose zip from external SD card. Now if all went correctly, this thing should boot up right into AOKP. And that, my friends, is how we do an XDA unboxing. Now we'll be having a contest very soon to determine the winner of this Galaxy S3. Since I don't have Verizon service, I've really got no use for this device. That's all for this episode. Don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel and add me to your circles on Google+. Go to plus.AdamOutler.com. Until next time, hack on!